بعلامة تجارية.
التغطية الشاملة مع محطات في مواقع استراتيجية زي الرنج، ملكال وباليت. بتوفر آي راديو تغطية شاملة بتصل إلى كل من المراكز الحضرية والمناطق الريفية. بتضمن شراكتك مع آي راديو الرؤية عبر منطقة جغرافية واسعة.
ما تفوت فرصة توسيع نطاق رسالتك باستخدام آي راديو. شارك أو أعلن معنا الليلة وخلي صوتك مسموع في جميع أنحاء جنوب السودان.
Yengeta kolera 20 loron parik lepeng bu buletato jai dingin nasalan musala ko de ingman ko akotokela ama kata longelo budni tete im lo kolera logon awaya be kata songena na logon rorok doko banginot tete im lo kolera logon awaya lo alo bud keti woyo kana ngotuling logon ko nagon ko kinga geleng ko de kinga jinjore morja ngoto wate nagon apiga ko kerijeki bubule wojo ngilo tete im lo kolera logon awaya nyenagon tete im lo kolera logon awaya lo tigbe titiki ngoto logon ko de nagon Akile ko de amoka kolera keti mwajig lupudie logon ako durekin ko kinga geleng titiki ngilo tete im tuduluki keti kata ko tupe simorek tupe to geleng ko tupe to morek tikido anyen togo yuringit inot ite ya na kolera tupe to morek tiki iki de na jomalan morek ko iya pala bokier imu kagna tupe to geleng nyina tupe to geleng rorogdo to joko ya pala bokier keti tupe to morek na rorogdo ko kingajin musala tete im lo kolera lo waya lo rorogdo ko kuliati bulue siti kolera keti toto kodik yuere na kolera ko kuliengoto ilanget bendo ko jarani wojo na tete imi dingin nagon ko tete im lo kolera lo waya konani kona kunu dijur yeye jiadi moju imu kag nagon do aje woju tete im anabot nagon anyendo to kita jokelan nabot keti tipiri tino be anake tokele toke piong kunong na memete anake dingitan ling dongoni ipiri dongoyet bendo ko dongo kango iterere lalane lala kenisi kulo ko piong nakie ko sobun ke gapari kingerot nagondo ako nyesukinyo ko imu kagna pondia inor kango ipiri dongoyet keti kodo ko delelengo to logondo deden kata ko esi ti kolera meddi kato kelanit dede kije kodo ko delelengo to konu di banko de ilanget kata ko esi ko bulu esi ti kolera jongelonge dede kije ge kadina wini nagon nyona teki kato kelanit ko de duma lo langet anyen nyilongo to woju ngaret tokelet kodo yenga dendia longyo jore peje wazara na kelan ko longa longi ni mirale kang lokana bokier dangini ngwan lolonge jakita ko wazara na kelan ko ngaret na WHO UNICEF ko julin.
You're tuned in and locked on to the eye of South Sudan, and it's a brand new dawn.
The Dawn on iRadio.
Well, a very good morning to you and welcome to the second hour of the Dawn program here on iRadio, a live broadcast from the capital, Juba. I'm your host, Emmanuel Joseph Akile, and it's Thursday, the 19th of June 2025, coming to 17 minutes now after the hour of 7. Yes, and today we were expecting a guest, we're still expecting a guest from the International Committee of the Red Cross, because on 19 June every year, which is today now, South Sudan joins the rest of the world to commemorate the International Day for the Elimination of Sexual Violence in Conflict, to raise awareness about the need to end conflict-related sexual violence and honor victims and survivors of sexual violence around the world. So let's still wait for our guests. وفي زمن احنا لسه بننتظر ضيف بتاعنا ينضم لنا في الاستوديو. خلينا نواصل ونرفع المكالمات في موضوع بتاع الساعة الأولى تكلمنا فيه. قبل كان الخط قاعد ينقطع، وهسه انت ممكن تحاول وتتصل علينا على 091 أو 22 986 986. وقبل احنا سمعنا من رئيس الجمهورية اللي هو بيقدم تعليمات بتاعه للحاكم الجديد بتاع ولاية الاستوائية الوسطى رابي مجونغ، على أساس إنه هو يعمل باستقامة ويعمل من أجل الوحدة بتاع الناس في الولاية، وكمان برضو موضوع بتاع تقسيم الأراضي بعدالة لكل الناس. راديو.
لا.
يس.
وانا اللي أكيله معك سليمان من هيدراوة.
سليمان اتفضل.
اوكي، اول حاجه انا بدنا كنا تعرف يعني احنا كلامنا كتير في حكام كتار الجا وجهنا لهم رسائل بتاعنا، لكن احنا ما شفنا اي حاجه على ارض الواقع. طبعا يعني يمكن زول بيجيني 6 شهر 7 شهر بعمل له ديجري كمان اكتر كويس، لانه انا كان بتمنى انه لو جابوا زول في الحكومه ولا في السلطه كده له زمن كده ياخد، لانه يمكن عنده خطه دريد بتتنميه دي يعملوا بعد شويه ينزل بكفايه بس بديجري كويس. فانا ما متوقع حكومه الحسه بيقدم لنا الكلمات يعني كده. اي زول حسه جاي في الحكومه نفسها احنا فيها ده انا ما متوقع بيقدم لنا كلمات. لان الحكومه دي من 2000 وكم؟ من 2005 عندنا في 2000 وكم؟ عندنا في 2025 تقريبا 15 سنه ولا 20 سنه. فما في حاجه بيعمل نفسه، لانه جماعه يعني تامهين للسلطه بس. فانا اقدر نقول طبعا جوبا عاصمه، جوبا من المفترض بيحتاج لخدمات كتير، لكن خدمات دي احنا ما عندنا شغل، سواء كانت مدارس سواء كانت مستشفيات سواء كانت طرق كويس. قبلنا بتحاكم وانا في كلام الطرق بتجيبها بعملوا باسمنت، طيب قروش بتاع ضرائب الجهاز جمعوا من سيتي كانسر من وين قروش الجيم شوين معناته في كوربشن كمان عندنا. إذا كان بدا ليه بتاعنا كان له حاجه بيقولوا كوربشن، كان كوربشن ده هم خلاه تي ممكن تنميه بيعمل نفسه، كان بيبقى في رابطه وطنيه يا عكيله ممكن تنميه ده بيعمل نفسه، لكن ده ما عندهم قروش وطنيه ما في كوربشن يعمل يعني تنميه ده بيعمل نفسه كيف؟ هسه يعني قاعدين في حاله ذات اقتصاد كعب شنو كعب في النهايه بتاع اراضي. طبعا في قانون واحد بيقول لاند بيلونج تو كوميونتي. جوبا ما بقدر بيافتا كان حكومه معمول بوليسي مع المجتمع المحلي عشان ممكن بيتم اراضي اللي بيكون مسؤول بتاع حكومه، لكن اكيد كان حكومه داير يفتح جوبا عشان يكون كبير الا بيكون في نيغوشيشن بين حكومه بتاع ولايه ومجتمع المحلي بتاع جوبا عشان بده يتم ارض عشان جوبا شنو يفتح. لكن كان يستخدموا جوا او بوليس البمشي من ارض تزول بسيلاب شنو ده ما بيجي معناه بكره لسه بتلازم اللي برا. فانا بتمنى انه كلنا رجع لمجتمع تيت بالسلام باتفاقيات. انا متاكد من باقر بدينا بدي الحكومه ارضي، لكن كان بقوه ما بيجي.
نعم.
ده رسالة.
رسالتك واصل سليمان. راديو.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
David Mugo from Wow.
Welcome.
My brother, when we talk about the issue of Central Equatoria, first of all, let me appreciate the outgoing governor. Jadala have really tried his best until he visit all his counties and farms. We do see him visiting the communities, and that is the very first one that we can appreciate. When we come to the coming in governor, we cannot appreciate him because we don't know how is he going to start. But when we go to the speeches being delivered, the first blame will go to the national government. When Juba was chosen as the capital city of South Sudan, which policy did they play first? The national government is supposed to agree with the government of Central Equatoria that Juba is given as the capital city of the country and all South Sudanese will come to Juba. Then they should have to request a land that should be given to all the South Sudanese who will come to Central Equatoria. If the governor of Central Equatoria agreed to the communities, then the enough land should be given to the people of South Sudan. If they did not accept, then the city should have been removed to a different area. This is number one. Number two, what will be the policy of allotting the land to all the people? Then this one must be an agreement between the state and the national government. But should not anybody who is honorable or general can just allotting a plot for himself. That one is not accepted. Now, what is the policy exactly being used in Juba as the capital city and headquarters of Central Equatoria? If these people they don't want to define this, the crisis within Juba city will not finish. Because we don't know now who is the one giving plot to the people. Is it the chief the government of Central Equatoria, the National Ministry of Housing, of Land and Housing in national government, or is it the guns by itself that you can grab a land by yourself? So we don't even know exactly what is the policy being used. So these are the things that the government, the new government, or the new governor of Central Equatoria should have to look into. If there is no policy like that, then the crisis of the land will not finish in Juba. Coming to the issue of cows, cattle, the cattle that do always destroy for the farming and so forth. Those who are coming to Central Equatoria, even those who have cows in Central Equatoria, should have to make a policy. Everything is divided by God. There is a place for cultivation, food for a human being, and then for the animal is different. If there is no policy even, the crisis will not finish. Everything needs policy to be exercised. Thank you.
All right, thank you. رسالتك واصل برضو من ديفيد ماجوغ. راديو. Hello, Radio. Revert back to us on 0911 or 22986 Radio, good morning.
Hello, Radio.
Yes.
Yeah, how are you?
Yes, your name, where are you calling from?
My name is John, calling from Kalibala.
Kalibala, yes.
Yeah, I wanted to share something about this new governor coming in. I really agree with what the recent caller has stated. We all, as the citizens, blame the national government for not playing a right policy on the issues of using the land. That's why you see, if these cities are to be transferred, for instance, from Juba to other spaces, states, communities are not going to agree, simply because this issue of land grabbing. What we were supposed to do as a national government when we get independence, we were supposed to sit and came up with census, see the number of citizens that are coming from the different countries, they are coming back home to settle. Then by knowing this number, then we really know how many plots we need to allocate for this civil population that are coming back. Then we sit in agreement with the government of the states, for example, the Central Equatoria, to really find out then everyone will be able to have access to the land. That's what I see as very important. But due to that failures, I don't think that this recently people coming in will solve this case, because it is government, or it is the national government to solve all these cases. That's what I have to share. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, Radio. Hello, Radio. All right, شبكة بتاعي انقطع، نرفع مكالمة تاني. Radio.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
I think you lost me before I conclude my statement.
Yes, the network was really breaking in the first hour. Joseph, welcome.
Really
Continue.
bad. Yes, my brother, it is about the issue of land. The random settlement in Juba is between the national government and the state government. They are supposed to sit down and call the host community to agree if the capital city will be in Juba. They will give the land to the government of the state, and the government of the state will start with the policy of survey. So land survey system in Juba is not clear, and there is many people, you get them are just selling land, but it's not a mission that to sell land and you say I'm a land surveyor. So that issue is not for the government, it's collective responsibility from the national government and the state government to sit together with the host community and convene the South Sudanese who are in Juba to be given land through law, through the system of the land distribution. But right now, you get Juba has gone to beyond the Ben Juba, but there's no even single proper survey according to the system of the land in accordance to the law of the land. So the mission let our government know their role as a national government to set together with the state government and the community. You know, if you single the community out, later on you could not get the land because the land is remain as a land for the community. It is in the constitution, it is not amended. It is not amended, you could not jump up and leave the law, and later on law must confront you. That's my statement. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Joseph. Radio. Hello, Radio. نعم الشبكة انقطع هنا قرية تاني واتصل. Radio.
السلام عليكم يا رجل.
نعم.
بالنسبة للتوزيع بتاع أراضي ده
منو معنا متصل من وين؟
معك جوزيف من جوبا.
واصل، ارفع صوتك ضعيف.
بالنسبة للتوزيع بتاع أراضي في جوبا هنا أكيلة، أنت لو جبت أي جبنة تاني ما بيقدر ينفذ تنفيذ بتاع توزيع بتاع أراضي. ليه؟ لأنه كوميونيتي زي عشان ترجع له تستاذن منه عشان يديك أراضي ما بيقبل، لأنه مجروحين مناطق بتاعهم شالوه بقوة، حكومة بتاع ولاية ما بيقدر يرجع لهم، ثم بأسماء تانين بتاع مناطق تانين ما بتاع أسماء بتاع منطقة بتاعهم. ده واحد. نمرة اثنين، الجنوبين ديروا كبرى ساكي اتفاقيات نايفاشا زمن الكنا في مناقشات بتاع اتفاقية في مقترح انه يودوا في رومبيد، لكن رومبيد ما عنده بنيات اساسيه. كلنا سمعنا انه عاصمه اللي يجيبوه في جوبا تمبراري، لكن كابيتال بتاع جنوب السودان رامشيل. سو اسم تمبراري ده اللي اي ازول يكتو زي حالك فادان. نمرة 3، لو مشيت امريكا يا أكيلة ما اي مواطن امريكي عنده وطن في واشنطن. لو مشيت في بريطانيا ما أي بريطاني عنده وطن في لندن. لو مشيت فرنسا ما أي فرنسي عنده وطن في باريس. لكن تجنبين ركوبرات، واحد بكون شغال في ولاية طلع أسايمنت بتاع ولاية جاي ياخد تأجير في مدينة جوبا عشان يديله بتاعتر، وده ما مقبول. القوات النظامية كله لو مسكتم كلهم أغلبيتهم في جوبا هنا اللاجوا بأمر تحرك من ولايات بتاعهم ولا من مراكز بتاعهم. أي زور ركب راسه جا في جوبا عندهم نغمة واحد إنه أنا جنوبي أنا بستحق يكون عندي أرض في جوبا. نمرة 4، ديفينيشن بتاع جوبا ذاته شنو أكيد. أرجع للناس بتاع ولاية خليهم يورونا حدود بتاع جوبا. أنت لما تقول لي عاصمة بتاع جنوب السودان جوبا، أنت ما ممكن تمشي في قرية بتاع زول ثاني ناس تنهب أرض تقول أنا عندي هاس ناقص في عاصمة، وده ما عاصمة جوبا. أنت وريني محل اللي تمشي تنهب في كورة برا ده ما عنده علاقة بجوبا يا جنوبين. سو لو هو ذاته يجيبوا غفنا تاني من ولاية تاني عشان يجي ينفذ التنفيذ أراضي بتاع جوبا ده impossible، لأنه communities مجروح عشان يديك بتاع أرض دير اللي تكسير ناس الشالو ناس أراضي بقوة ده يلا ملياتو يجي يديك بتاع أرض، لكن قوة في راس قوة ما بيجي يا إيمانويل جوزيف أكيل. سو أي جنوبي يكون كلام ده يكون حالك بعدين ما أي مواطن جنوبي بيستحق يكون عنده جيتا في جوبا. شكرا.
alright شكرا، رسالتك برضو واصل. راديو وموضوع بتاعت انه ما بالضرورة انه اي زول لازم يكون عنده قطع الارض في العاصمة جوبا. راديو.
ايوه راديو مسلمين، السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام.
معكم أمولة أرينغو في 107.
أمولة اتفضل.
والله يا أخي نشيلوا كلامتا مكلم تاني قبل شوية. كلامتا temporarily ده وارد في agreement هناك. وتانياتا أنا جاسل سؤال كده. يا تو ولاية أسمى تو مادر ديفولمنت. يا تو ولاية أسمى تو مادر ديفولمنت. هي أسمى there to develop. هي county sasa junavisu asanekla ya wilaya. Hي county. Lakini wilaya inagereki sule Juba. That is why some politicians say au muatinin tanin gitikalam inu Juba is not South Sudan. Ayala kan wodi fi Ramshel hina. Na si Juba kaman kelina yom tani wolusu. Gale Ramshel is not South Sudan. Kaman kelika lamde kunjede. Lagade asade should something to happen, God forbid. Mind in an alternative city. Minding alternative city to back up Juba. Minding airport Zato, alternative airport. Can airport to Juba the bigger caravan, for example? Something happened. Alternative Bikunwe. In MCA, Matara to Ede Bishilia to Tiara. While an story. Akile, we have to make something an alternative. Like all we are concentrating here. All our forces are here. Everything is here. We are one now. The other development there in Agakore, we are not visited. We are not visited. Every governor should make his progress also. Lojabu Governor Tani min Apanai, wala Bentiu, to come to Juba. Lisa Madi Amolo Haja. Can be a force, then force will govern the action and the reaction. Thank you.
Alright, شكرا لك. رسالتك واصل برضو راديو. نعم في تعليق هنا من Triple A Atem on our Facebook wrote if you see the way land is acquired currently, land is acquired through sultans, which is not the right procedure, and he's saying land is supposed to be acquired through the ministry concerned, but it's not the case. Secondly, host community is supposed to leave land to the ministry to the ministry concerned in the national government. Radio. راديو
صباح الخير. صباح الخير مانويل.
منو معنا؟
معاك وانا من روكو.
واني تفضل.
انا في مقام الاول دار اعزي المجال الصحي لانه بالذات جامعه الغرب في زميل اسمه كور جوك قتلوا في ميامي هنا في المنطقه.
كم
صوتا ده يوم الجمعه كلام ده يوم السبت يوم حصل لما الأحد جلو مقتول في غرفة بتاعه.
Alright, sorry.
So أنا عايز الزملاء بتاعه بالذات جامعة بحر غزال بفضل الجليل ده. إيمانويل لو جينا في كلام تعرادي زي ما أقول جزء الناس ما عندنا مفر. لأنه أنا أوريك المثال بسيط زي ما كذا مرة نقول إنه ياخذ المونوبورين خططه، لكن بالعكس محل الخططه يعني في ناس بيجي بقوة بينهبوا وظل في مكان في بلد بيقتلوا. انا مذكر في المولبور هنا الكوميونتي حاول يحوش المحل اللي بقى حقه لكن لزوا هوستيت ونهبوا. علينا بجد كمجتمع بالذات سنتو الكوتور انه يتوكلنا لانه الدوام لله لكل شيء وقت، لانه التخطيط ده ما عملوه يعني حسوا بيه المولبور خططه في محلات خططه، لكن بالعكس ظل لما يسوي محل مخطط دي يعني الشيم. لانه انا كنت معاش دابي تحت بوليس عساكر بتاع عمل حاجه قبل بكره وده او انتا ينفصل القانون يقول له ده سلطات التنفيذ تتغير. تتخيل يا امام لو نازل بيعمل حاجه زي هل البلد هيمشي وين؟ جنوبيين شغالين رقابات زي ما اخوي وانا سنه يعني ما يزول امريكي بيكون عنده وقت في واشنطن. بس المفهوم الخاطئ انه ناس زراس راسه انه جوبا ده انت كان جيت ما شفت له محل انت بتبيعه، لانه هسه ناس جاي جوبا ده مثل اغراض تبيع، لانه انت لو لاحظت كان قال جاي في اراضي ما كل زول ممكن يكون له حق واحد لكن دول يمسك معاه يجي شنو جنا في بيت امينه انه ده ياخذ محل بتاعك ونازل ما عنده قوه ما عنده اي حاجه. لكن يعني اللي انا بقول شنو ناس هتلر وينو ناس صدام حسين وينو ناس غصاب وينو مش ذات القريب ده وين انت بتنهب، لكن قبل لما نجي هيرجع لانه يعني ما لازم يصير حجه عاصمه ده ما زي ما اخوي وانا زي تمكاري، لكن الناس خطوينه في كده هو اي زول دير محل في جوا. والله يا مانويل لو انت ذاته جبت منو ما بيقدر يحل مشكله الاراضي بتاعت سنترال كوتا الا الرئيس. يعني حاجات اللي نقول اراده سياسيه، حاجات اللي اصلا اراده سياسيه ما كده اتفاقيه ما حيمشي قدام وانا بقول يكون في لقطه ولا لقطه. السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام. واحنا ما دايرين يكون في لخبطه ولا في لخبطه. DMG TV is watching us live from Nebraska. in USA. And then رسالة تانية هنا من سبت باب بيقول حاكم رابي مجونغ يواجه بعض من التحديات الكبيرة والخاصة موضوع توزيع الأراضي وغياب خطة استراتيجية وطنية محكمة. ثانية في ظل غياب أمن الوظيفة لا زالت مصيرهم محدد. ثالثا مشكلة ليست في حكام ولاية، المشكلة في أصحاب القرار يستخدمون الصلاحيات ضد الأحكام من يخالفهم فيتم طردهم. نمشي لفاصل إعلاني ومنه هنيجي نمشي لولاية غربي الاستوائية ونتكلم في موضوع بتاع الضرائب.
Health is conducting a commemoration of African Vaccination Week with rotavirus vaccine targeting all children aged between 6 to 10 weeks. Take your child to the nearest health center during the African Vaccination Week or the Big Catch Up campaign.
Good morning, Mama Nyandeng.
Good morning, Mama Mercy. Where are you coming from this morning?
I had taken Mercy for rota vaccine at the health center to protect my child against rotavirus diarrhea in infants and children. She was also vaccinated with other routine immunization vaccines at no cost. Is baby Mercy already vaccinated?
Yes, she was vaccinated last month. Does she need to be vaccinated again?
Yes. She needs to be vaccinated with at least 2 doses of rota vaccine at 6 and 10 weeks to be fully vaccinated, immunized, and protected against rotavirus.
Really? I just heard from afar that there will be a vaccination campaign during the African Vaccination Week, but I was not keen enough to get the details.
You know, rotavirus vaccines are effective in preventing diarrhea and deaths in infants and young children. This vaccine has just been introduced this year 2025. A lot of children were not vaccinated. Some even travel without being vaccinated. I wouldn't want to see any child get diarrhea.
I didn't know that rotavirus is that serious, that it can even cause death.
Yes. Rotavirus is a life-threatening disease caused by the virus. The signs are fever and vomiting, followed by watery diarrhea, and can cause abdominal pain and dehydration. Children who survive may be dehydrated, which can cause serious complications.
Dehydrated or serious complication? Oh, that sounds scary. How can I protect my child from this dangerous disease?
The only way for your child to be safe is when your child and all children in your neighborhood are vaccinated with rota vaccine.
I will do that immediately. Where can I take my child for these vaccines? Hope it's not late.
No, you are not late. Rota vaccine and all the other routine vaccines are available at all health facilities and designated health centers located in your areas. Tell all your neighbors with children between 6 to 10 weeks to be vaccinated.
I'm glad you told me. I will take my child immediately to the nearest health center for rota vaccination.
Bring your child to the nearest vaccination site and protect them from rotavirus and vaccine-preventable diseases. This message is brought to you by the National Ministry of Health with support from WHO and UNICEF.
Welcome back from the break. We have about 19 minutes now to the top of the hour. You're still listening to the Dawn program here on iRadio. Now let's cross to Western Equatoria State, where authorities there have agreed to harmonize the tax system, eliminate overlapping mandates, and clearly define revenue collection roles, particularly at border points, in a bid to strengthen public financial management and improve revenue transparency. Now, the agreement was reached during a 3-day inclusive dialogue on tax harmonization held in Yambio this week. The forum, organized in partnership with the United Nations Development Programme, or UNDP, brought together state officials, lawmakers, civil society representatives, and economic experts to explore challenges and opportunities within the state's tax system. Now, speaking at the closing session, Honorable Bazia Tito Morris, the State Minister of Finance, Planning and Investment, said the dialogue provided critical insights and actionable resolutions for mobilizing and managing taxes within a legal and accountable framework. Clement Gonji Liba, chairperson of the Committee on Economy, Finance and Investment in the State Assembly, revealed that the state has faced 3 years of uncoordinated tax practices. Let's listen to the chair.
I'm happy to be part of the participant for the 3 days workshop held in Superstar Hotel, Yambio, on the tax harmonization. We as the government of Western Equatorial State have realized during the course of last 3 years, our tax systems are not in place. And that's why we have gathered as the state agencies to harmonize the tax schedules and the tax system. We have discussed on several issues and we have reached some resolutions which we think would really help us as a state government to move straight forward. During the course of discussion, we have discovered a lot of issues, especially in areas of taxes and particularly on the multiple taxes. We have discovered that there are several agencies that are also taxing, especially the business community. One issue which was raised during the conference is about the custom division in Western Equatorial State. We all know that by law, the custom division is supposed to be at the borders, and they do their duties in the borders. So we have realized that the custom divisions is also interfering with the State Revenue Authority mandate, where they are supposed to tax goods once at the border. Once it comes to the state, their presence in the state is to verify whether these two goods are taxed or it is not being taxed. So there is a concern that the custom division office is also stationed at our checkpoint in Jambo. We as the state government, we have unanimously agreed we will check on that and see if it is existing, it is not correct, and we need to arrange and adjust on that. Also, there's this concern, the parliament has been off for some days.
Yes, and we had there from Clement Gonji, who is the chairperson of the Committee on Economy, Finance and Investment in the State Legislative Assembly. Now, the Commissioner of the State Revenue Authority, James Richard Ramadan, also noted that the discussions helped clarify institutional responsibilities between Western Equatoria State and also the county levels. Let's listen to what he had to say.
I think this workshop is a very, very nice workshop, and the good thing that we have learned more, then we have know our boundaries, then we have know how to collect revenue and how to use it. Especially we have a problem with the counties. They sometimes collect our revenue. So today we have showed them the boundaries of the counties, then the boundaries of the state, and then the national government. I think the resolutions are good because the counties must open bank accounts so that they put the money to the bank account. Then they account for it so that they can deliver services to the government. So also from their collection, from the county collection, from the county revenue, they have to send back 40% to the state government so that they can deliver services to the public. I think nothing is bad for the resolutions. Our mandate as a revenue authority to collect the money and remit to the consolidated account, not to use it. To collect and deposit to the consolidated account, then the finance is the spending agency, they will use it. They will use the money. Good job. I think that is the issue. But all these things, to go well, we need peace in the state. If the state is peaceful, I think all the revenue collection will be go well. So that I'm appealing also to the taxpayers to pay money to the government so that government can deliver services to the people. Because taxes are the blood of the government. Without taxes, the government cannot deliver services to the public. So that we put our hand together with the traders, with the taxpayers, with the companies to pay taxes to the government.
Yes, and that was James Richard Ramadan, the Commissioner of Western Equatoria State Revenue Authority. Now, finally, let's listen to Emmanuel, a civil society activist in Yambia, who praised the inclusive approach of the dialogue.
On behalf of the civil society and the civil population in Western Equatoria State, this time we are privileged that the government has involved the civil society in state affairs, especially discussing revenue. We are excited, and the good thing is that the government has really accepted the previous irregularities that have been in revenue collection and revenue management and use, and they have promised to really deliver to the community, because resources are collected for public use. There are key things that the civil society, as people coming, working with the grassroots population, is that we have called for the government to subsidize some of very vital institutions, for example, the agriculture sector, and also small businesses, to make sure that they become stronger and that the citizens should be able to take up roles and champion their economic welfare and manage the resources of the country, not only leaving most of the economic sector to the foreigners. We need to make sure that we have called on the government to make sure that they subsidize the small businesses, so that it strives to expand levels of revenue collection. We have also called on the government for transparency and accountability. You know, public funds are supposed to be put public. Even they are supposed to be made on media. They are supposed to be public, and even tax rates. Tax rates are supposed to be made open and public, fixed, and not to be left in the drawers and only be talked about, requested when somebody comes in the office. A citizen should be able to know that this is the amount which is needed to make sure that he or she clears the taxes. We are also very delighted that the government has really promised that the resolutions which have come, which has been raised within the 3 days, are coming as resolutions from all sectors that also include the civil society, the county, and everybody, and prioritizing services to the people in the state and in the county. As civil society, our role is to make sure that laws are being followed, laws are being respected, and that as we abide by the laws and regulations of the state and the country, our country will be in peace. And that is also, with resources available, our country will have the peace. The government will be able to use the resources to fund peace activities and also to fund vital community needs, not only looking at paying, and also that the civil servants are paid, soldiers are also paid and supported.
واحنا برضو سمعنا احنا من ايمانويل وانغا. ايمانويل ممثل بتاع منظمات المجتمع المدني في ولاية غرب الاستوائية. ده الوقت اللي فيه نرفع المكالمات على 0911-222-986. موضوع بتاع جمع الإيرادات وأهمية انه كيف يتم استخدامه ما بس في الولاية لكن في كل أرجاء البلاد بما فيه الحكومة القومية. وده طبعا من ناحية بتاعت الضرائب لازم يرجع لتوفير الخدمات للشعب. ده في موضوع بتاع الوركشوب اللي عملوه بتاع tax harmonization في ولاية Western Equatoria State. You can now be part of the conversation by dialing 0911 or 22986 and do have your say.
iRadio, your eye on South Sudan. iRadio, your eye on South Sudan.
مرحبا بك مرة ثانية مستمعي راديو. عندنا حوالي 8 دقائق لرأس الساعة، ده الوقت اللي فيه نرفع المكالمات. طبعا هناك الاختتام بتاع الحوار ده في الولاية جاء بدعوة بتاع المشاركين إلى مواصلة التعاون بين المؤسسات الحكومية وشركاء التنمية وكمان القطاع الخاص لضمان إصلاحات مستدامة وطويلة الأمد في تحصيل الإيرادات والحوكمة المالية. راديو.
الو. ما جزء كده ما سليمان من حتراوة.
تفضل سليمان.
الله يعرف جنوب السودان ده من دي بلد بتاع قرايب وعجائب أكيل. يعني أنا سأقل نتحق بنفسي يعني حاجات الكل معلومة من نفسه من زمان جاية من نفسه حسي. الاستراتيجية الكويس من جابه ده. من المفترض لو من بدأ من زمن بدري أكيد كان ناس التنمية من نفسه في ويسترن إيكواتوريا. أوكي؟ فأنا قاعد نشوف يا أكيل البوليس ده ما بيشتغل حسي. لأن دي حكومة ديجريس كويس. أصلا السياسة ديجري بيجي بتاعهم برا زول أنا بعدين بيجي مع السياسة حقه برا وبرا. أنا قاعد نشوفه شغل ما بيعمل نفسه، ولو عمل نفسه بروز كله بمشي في جيبهم. لأن إحنا بنعرف منتاليتي بتاع الحكومة بتاعنا هسه من الحكومة القومية لحد حكومات بتاع ولايات كله ناس كفاسات بس ما في حاجة كويس قاعد يقدموا لنا كويس. فأنت مثلا لو شفت الحالة الاقتصادية بتاعنا الصعبة، الحالة التعليمية الصعبة، الحالة الأمنية الصعبة، حاجات زي بعمل نفسه ما بقول لك كله بعمل استجيب بتاع ناس. عشان كده أنا زي سليمان أنا ما متوقع حاجة ده بيعمل نفسه، ولو عمل نفسه بقول ما بيجينا كمواطنين أو ما بيجي للشعب بتاع ويسترن إيكواتوريا ستيت. ثانك يو.
alright شكرا، ده مشاركتك. واحنا ما بننظر بس للولاية براو هناك لكن لكل الولايات كيف ممكن جمع الإيرادات أو التوصيل بتاعت الخدمات يجي بعد ما الحكومة بتاع الولايات قاعدين يجمعوا الضرائب من الناس هناك في الولايات. راديو.
الو.
نعم.
معك فرانكو كده.
تفضل فرانكو.
نعم انا بقول كده طبعا الضرائب هو اساس المعنى بتاعته قال هو بيدفع بدون مقابل. يعني الانسان المواطن بيدفع ضريبه ده ما في حاجه الحكومه بيردها له ضريبه. فهو الضرائب نوعين، هو ضريبه مباشر وضريبه غير مباشر. فالضريبه المباشر هو ضرائب، الضريبه غير مباشر هو الايرادات الذاتيه، هو زي الرخص التجاريه ولا عوائد السوق ولا الدلاله الدواشي والاراضي ولا وجبايه الاراضي. دي كلها رسوم مفروض تصب. اذا مثلا الدوله كان مثلا وضع قوانين لوائح الماليه وفقا للنظام المالي،
نعم،
اكيد القروش ده ممكن تصب بتعمل حاجه كويس. لانها اساسا هو فرزتك الولايه بياخذ 60% والحكومه المركزيه بياخذ ال 40%. طبعا انه في وظيفه توظيف حقيقي. لكن المشكله دي انه الدوله ذاتها ما وضع حسب وزاره الماليه، ما في نظام بتاع الصرف، ما نظام لوائح بتاع الماليه. وزاره الصرف انه انا البند كده البند كده البند كده ده المحط الوزير. يعني مثلا اي ولايه يعني البنود الماليه المتفق عليه، لكن البنود الماليه ما موجود في اللوائح الوزاريه في جنوب السودان. يعني اي حاجه بيعملوها بالورقه ما في اي بند خدمه من البند كده حسب بيكون بمخصصات البنود. عشان كده الايرادات دول في كبير انه بيواجه الحكومه المركزيه وبيواجه الحكومه الولاييه، ما بيقدر بالتوظيف الحقيقي، وده المشكله كبيره. عدم التوظيف ده الاشكاليه بيواجه الناس في جنوب السودان، فنتمنى انه يعملوا اصلاحات عشان الناس تقدر يوظفوا المال العام تصب في خزينه الدوله. وشكرا جزيلا.
Alright, شكرا لك فرانكو. رسالتك واصل. نرفع مكالمتين before we cross to the news desk. And remember, today we're extending the Dawn Show for the third hour, where we will be talking about the day for the elimination of sexual violence. So stay with us. Radio.
Akile, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Joseph. Welcome.
Thank you. Akile, tax are revenues, are national revenues. But the way that tax and being used now are for the employees, the tax collectors from the national level. Why they are not even they are not contributing for the services on the nation? So it is just a way of collect them and the later on way to use them is not there. So you have mandate to collect the revenue, but you have mandate as a citizen to pay tax. But there, if the tax collector misuse the tax, is not a responsibility for him to misuse them. But even in the Bible, tax collectors are being there. If they collect tax, it's their right. If they misuse them, definitely they are shameful. And that is what happened in our nation now. It starts from PIT, tax in the borders, in the market. All these are very huge money. But if they are being used for the benefit of the nation, they will benefit their citizens. But now, it is a way that to get them. And our government make themselves goalkeepers for any incoming resources of sources, and they don't use them for the benefit of the nation. Thank you.
All right, thank you. They should use them for the benefit of the nation. Radio.
Emmanuel.
Yes.
Okay.
صباح النور انجينير موسى، تفضل طوالب.
Emmanuel طبعا الجنوبيين ما بكلم عن داعي ياكل. يعني لو من كاجة في نظام من بكلم فوقه. لو جاء في
Oh, sorry, Engineer Moses, we lost you there. iRadio on the line, rather. iRadio?
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Magog. Welcome.
Brother, when we talk about this tax collection, the collectors should not be blamed, because when you are being brought by your uncle and you are not given a policy, you are not trained about what so-called job description and what you are going to do and how that resource should be used. You are not given a strong instruction. You can assume that for the family. So what is supposed to be done, the qualified people are supposed to be recruited, they are trained, given job description, they are given instructions on how the money should be used, and there must be a transparency and accountability. If there is a law like that, then the resources will not be misused. But if there is no any guarantee, the guidelines that are being laid down, and there is somebody who is taken to the court, then these tax collectors will misuse the money. Until the government will have a policy that can take people to the court so that you are fined and taken to the prison, until the rest will fear. But if there is no policy like that, those one will assume that it is the resource that they are allowed to use. Thank you.
Alright, thank you. ده بيجينا لنهاية بتاع الساعة الثانية من برنامج الدون. بعد شوية الأخبار باللغة العربية. انضم لي في الساعة الثالثة حنتكلم في موضوع بتاع اليوم العالمي على العنف الجنسي أو اليوم العالمي للقضاء على العنف الجنسي في حالات بتاع النظام. انضم لي ضيف في الاستوديو في الساعة الثالثة من منظمة بتاع ICRC. صباح الخير.